my name is Patience, like Heather Lee said, and I am a design strategist. Right now I'm freelancing. I did just sign a contract to work on a lot of Nike stuff for the next few months. So that is keeping me busy. So you can email me and message me, but I'm not taking freelance right now. So yeah, I will get started. If I can. So my last talk, I ended with a grandiose appreciation of the significance and impact of Black women within our society. One thing I'm not sure if people know is how intricately intertwined the role of motherhood is within that narrative. From day one, we've been tasked with being providers, nurturers, and protectors for everyone else's family on top of our own. We weren't given the freedom to cry or express our frustrations because white women's tears take priority and ours don't really hold any value or merit. But this is the same scenario that taught us how to be resilient, creative, resourceful, and capable of making $1 out of 15 cents. When you have less to work with, you're forced to solve practical problems through new uses and applications of those limited resources. I've been stuck on trying to figure out how to even embark on that journey of motherhood. Just like many other Black women, since we are the most educated demographic, I will probably be the breadwinner of my household, so I won't get the luxury of being a stay-at-home mom. It also doesn't help if you've had a boss question your commitment to the company and to your career when you mention the idea of starting a family. Since there's also a cultural expectation that I would return to work immediately after maternity leave, how can I still be that excellent mom that helps the kids with homework, attends all the games and recitals, and still gets to tuck them in at night? The closest thing I have to a child is my pup, Stella. I know she's a dog, but best believe she gets the full experience. Quick to tell her to go sit down somewhere or that she smells like outside. Plus that single "at" to let her know, keep playing to see what happens. She too gets a pep talk in the car at the dog park that she better not go out there and act a fool before I yank her up and get right in her face, because spanking isn't allowed, to let her know that these other little dogs don't get her in trouble and we will go back home. As a Black woman, respect is of utmost importance. We are disrespected by every member of society, so there's absolutely zero tolerance in our own household. But we also teach kids that they too are worthy of everyone else's respect and to not allow others to treat them any different. We can't take it easy on them because the world won't. So their safety and well-being comes before their happiness. We long to protect them from the harshness of reality, as well as the structural disadvantages that constantly keep opportunity just out of reach. But that's a wonderful aspect of us. We have a communal way of taking care of each other as one giant extended family. Whether it's your big cousin, your play auntie, your big mama down the street that watches everyone's kids since we can't afford daycare, we gonna make sure we all right. One day, I optimistically Googled Black motherhood, anticipating well-known faces like Claire Huxtable, Harriet Winslow, or maybe even a newcomer like Rainbow Johnson. But literally every single article on the first page was about the mortality rate of Black women at childbirth. So I went to a happy place like Pinterest, as if I would see anybody resembling me. How could they have same priorities and concerns if their child wouldn't look anything like mine? I shouldn't have been shocked, but it shouldn't be a lofty request to see a single person of color. It's like pleasant, joyful pregnancies and being a Black mother can't coexist. I myself right now am nearly 5 times more likely to die giving birth than a white woman. Whoa, Patience, don't be so negative. Medicine has really advanced over the years. It'll be fine. Excuse me for looking at numbers and the blaringly white medical field. If Beyonce or Serena had to fight for their life with all of the access, fame, and influence they could ever hope for, my dusty self is going to have a hard time thinking my experience will be rainbows and butterflies. Alas, I wasn't taught to cower in fear whenever opposition arises. I do get to eat insurmountable odds for breakfast most mornings, tightly gripping hope in one hand and caution in the other. The only thing I can do is take one step at a time. We don't get to navigate life like white people. Melanie is terrified that Connor will be bored to death, so she packs his schedule full of sports and hobbies, while Kendra has to revisit the talk with Darius to explain his blackness as a crime, so he will never get the benefit of anyone's doubt. Although sacrifice is a key element of Black motherhood, I have an obligation to discontinue the idea that struggle has to be listed as a classification as well. If trauma can be passed down from generation to generation, so can healing. Although I'm still working on Stella fetching me the remote, it's my greatest desire to teach our daughters to prioritize self-care and well-being, and our sons to protect, support, and believe Black women because no one else will. To teach them self-awareness and identity, and to show them that their voice matters just as much as anyone else's, and to raise a generation that doesn't need therapy from childhood trauma is my greatest dream. Thanks, everyone. You can find me on LinkedIn. And this is my email, website, and I am on Instagram. That's a personal one and the professional one. So yeah, follow me. I think I'll try to follow back. But thank you. That was fun. Hope